I've done this intro 5 times now, and I'm in London. I don't know what I want to do with this video log, but I figured I would just keep track of what I do. I don't promise at all that the quality will be great. I'm not even sure if the sound is working in this video. But I think we're gonna try our best. So, looking through the phone, let's see what we did this week. After I landed, I of course moved in, tried to unpack, and got hungry, so we went out to eat Indian food, which was good, but they charge for like water here. So if you ask for a glass of water, they'll like bring you some. They'll ask you if you want still or sparkling. So we're like, not bougie. We'll take still water, and they still charged us like £225 for each. So apparently I read that you have to like ask for tap, and even then they'll look at you weird and be like, "Why do you want tap? Are you like trying to scam us?" And like, no, I just want free water. Moving on. Then we went to take like a stroll at, I think it's called Hyde Park. I live pretty close to Hyde Park, but like we only explored just part of it, and there's a big lake where there's a bunch of geese and duck and swans, and they're like not afraid of you, so you can just go up to them and they won't even run away. I think if anything, I'm afraid of them. Okay, so that was my first day, which is Tuesday, September 3rd. The next day, Wednesday, is when orientation started. So that was the first time I rode the tube to get to class. Well, actually, we didn't go to class. We went to the fair. No, I go to class at fair day, but we went to the British Museum, um, and that was pretty cool. Like, we didn't get to go and then walk around, but the ceiling is so beautiful, and we like were in this lower auditorium where they provided us with free breakfast and gave us like a lecture about living in London. Yeah, afterwards we went on a walking tour of just like the area around Faraday House, like so we can see which spots are good for studying, where to get lunch, and just what cool things are all around us. And then when we came home, we just cooked dinner. We went. There's a Sainsbury's, which is like a grocery store around the corner across the street, and like I bought some green beans, bought some pasta, and made pasta and green beans. And that was my Wednesday. Thursday, we on Thursday there was orientation, but I didn't record anything because it was just orientation. Um, but my friend and I did go to TK Maxx. It was by Covent Garden. We stumbled upon this really cool pathway where there's like lights and mirrors. We couldn't stand there, so because there's like still people passing through. But I bought a brush at TK Maxx. It's called TK Maxx, not TJ Maxx. Interesting. Um, and yeah, it was just a very like pretty street. The streets in London are just so gorgeous. There were lavender above us, and yeah, I think there were some walking clips. Later that night, there was a pub quiz event going on. No drinks, but there was free food, and it was just like a trivia quiz night about like random facts about London and Europe, Brexit. We tied for second place with two other teams, but we did not win, which is disappointing because the prize was a tote bag and a sweatshirt, but mostly a tote bag.
And tote life.
Tote life!
Yeah, and then that night we went to this tiki bar, which is also down the street around the corner. And it was really pretty inside, but very empty. We just like wanted to try it out. I think if we were to go again, we would go during happy hour because the cocktails were very expensive. We got McDonald's after, just fries. The next morning, went to this cafe called Cozy Cafe. So this is Thursday now. Got some breakfast tea, got some full English breakfast, I think. There were baked beans, sausage, bacon, eggs, and fried toast. That day we went to the British Museum to see it actually this time, not just for orientation. Um, the line during the day is really long. They check your bag. But once we got inside, again, it was the same, just so pretty. Ceiling and queue, a bunch of things I saw.
Dog.
An interesting factoid I learned about the British Museum is that like most of the things in there are stolen because it was from when Britain was like going around and taking over places or doing their explorations. So there's a lot of like controversy regarding whether the British museums should return these things or just keep it. Um, so you'll see a lot of like artifacts from different countries, from not even different countries, it's different regions, different times in history. Although it was very cool to look at, I don't know where I stand in that position. The next day, which is Friday, next day, which is Saturday, we went to Carnaby Street, which is like a big shopping center with a lot of restaurants. There's a Doc Martens store, which I love because I love Doc Martens. And then there's a store called Monkey, which I browsed around in, but I didn't buy anything. It's very cool. I would say it's like a European H&M. Like quality, I'm sure it's not great, but it's not bad. But the price is like mid-range. And then we went to this restaurant called Mother Mash, which is serves mash. So you can choose like three things. One is the type of mash you want. Two is either sausage or a pie, and then third is the gravy. I chose the champ mash, which is like mashed potatoes with green onions and cheddar. For the pie, I chose the Angus steak pie, so great, and then traditional gravy. Also got a cider that was very good. That evening, our school like also planned trips, so we went to see the London Eye. It was a very very pretty view. Unfortunately, though, Big Ben was is under construction, so didn't get to see Big Ben, but we saw like a bunch of other um, landmarks. And yeah, that brings us to here right now. Today, I slept in, just had breakfast, and recorded this video. So I wanted to add a section where I can just spill my thoughts, brain vomit, because as much as studying abroad and being abroad is about like seeing all these sights, and these beautiful new landmarks and such. I think it's also about like how you perceive and how your thoughts change as you like experience these new things. So yeah, I just wanted to brain vomit. A thought I was having when I first arrived was just seeing how different it is, like how different the experience of adjusting to this new environment in London versus when I had to adjust to the new environment in New York. Because, of course, in New York, I've never lived for that like period of time in a big city like that, and that took adjusting. But I think I caught on pretty quickly. You know, I'm not great at navigation, but I learned how to be. And comparing that to like now in London, which is also a big city, the fact that like it is actually a European city and like in a different part of the world, I think that affects it a lot more than I thought. Because, yeah, like we speak English, but I don't really think we speak the same English. Many different words. And like going shopping, just buying laundry detergent. They don't really sell laundry detergent. I notice it's like a powder or a gel, which is different from back home because you just got those like Tide Pods, which they also do, but are expensive here, so I'm not gonna get them. Um, our washer is luckily in our flat, so that's great. But like, there's no separate dryer, and the dryer the first day just took forever to figure out, and we actually got locked out of our clothes for like a few hours. And it also takes like 2.5 hours to dry anything. Um, yeah, I guess I'm gonna continue to think about this, like how I'm changing and like adapting to this new environment. I jotted down some goals, vague goals, because I don't like setting goals. We heard about these developer talks that like software development companies or like I guess like a general community of developers hold, where you can go and like hear them speak about different things like AI, blockchain, any buzzword. So I want to check that out. Another goal is to go to the Senate library. I don't think I have a clip of it, but we have access because we're technically UCL students. Um, we have um, we have access to the Senate library, and it's apparently very cool. The architecture as well as just being a quiet space to study. So I want to check that out. Um, yeah, not many more big overarching realizations or goals, but thanks for watching my first video diary log.
Pro life!